If you have ever shopped for car insurance, you know that providers tend to have slightly different pricing. But did you know that there is different pricing within each company as well? Of course, choosing different types of coverage and the amount of people on your insurance plan has a lot to do with varying prices, but there are many other factors that can change your quote. One of these factors is your gender. Why might a car insurance company be concerned with your gender? Because there have been several studies showing that women are more likely to be safe drivers. There is a very clear gap in the car insurance rates women receive versus the rates men receive. Women tend to have lower rates because they are, as a general rule, safer drivers than men. The belief is not unfounded, since the facts uphold it. Racing movies tend to depict men as the speed demons of the road, and this is based on real life. The guys are the ones who want to trick out their cars and drag race, though there are exceptions to the rule on both ends. While it is true that there are women interested in these things, there are also men who are not. However, there is a high percentage of men who are into cars and enjoy a walk on the wild side in the form of speeding. Women, on the other hand, are safer drivers because they tend to drive slower and safer. They are also more likely to use seat belts and they do not receive as many traffic tickets as men do. It is a possibility that many women are driving children around, and thus have a maternal instinct to protect these kids. While this is not always the case, it is definitely something to consider. Men also tend to be reckless drivers, in addition to the whole speeding business. It is estimated that over 70% of fatal car accidents involve men. However, the amount of women involved in fatal crashes has risen about 10% in the last several years. Men are also much more likely to be unsafe drivers by ignoring their suspended licenses and driving anyway. This is a very unsafe and illegal practice. Think about drunk drivers for a moment. The most typical stereotype of a drunk driver is a man driving home under the influence of significant amounts of alcohol. This stereotype exists because male drivers are much more likely to drink and drive, about twice as likely as women are. This is probably the saddest statistic, and the most condemning. Men need to change their ways if they want to be seen by the car insurance companies as more than a ticking time bomb. If men want to pay less for car insurance, they must learn to drive by the rules of the road. It is true that women are guilty of some of these things as well, but they are safe enough to not be penalized by their insurance companies, which makes comparing car insurance rates much easier on them. Share this video and subscribe for more interesting auto insurance tips.